Welcome back. It's been a few weeks, I think, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a few weeks. So come and join me. Just some coffee now. Coffee with Al. Oh, that's not bad. Actually, what we're drinking? Some Illy. I was on what was it on? Co-op coffee. I was on this. This sort of co-op thing. And like sort of it was crap. So I run on my normal coffee, like with the M&S stuff. So I bought this. Oh, quick! I need this for tomorrow, and it's just crap. So like Lidl and coffee, and co-op, just got crap coffee. But I got some sort of Illy. Look forward to that, and then I've got some Lavazza then as well. I bought. So again, trying these, broaden my horizons. What you can say. But yeah, let's catch up with sort of where I've been, what's happened. Obviously, we did the Hyrox. I think what was that the last video? Perhaps was it 1 week or 2 weeks out? I think. Yeah. After that, then like sort of like just it was like I had a full on like cold for like a sort of good sort of 7 to 10 days. I had hay fever with that, and then like just like leading up until sort of Hyrox, and obviously launch accelerate. That was great. And the guys are crushing it so far. Like some of the guys are sort of 1, 3, 4 kilos down already after the first week, which is amazing. And then obviously, so I just dived into Hyrox because going into that was on the Saturday afternoon. So amazing spot, 2:30 p.m, prime time in the stadium. Like sort of the week leading up to it. I remember training like Monday and Tuesday, doing like obviously like stuff was tapered, but still doing some workouts and doing it like oh my god, I did like 7 to 10 minutes and I was dying. I couldn't breathe. I had just zero energy at all. I was empty. And then I was just fucked then after, like, as soon as I finished it, I was just fucked and just like, and I was like, oh my word. I remember going for like a shakeout run on Friday. That felt alright, but I'm just like, I still just don't feel as if I can push. So I was like, let's see what tomorrow brings. So going into the race again, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how the body would feel. It felt great, like musculature, like my hips, my glutes, any other like things, not an issue at all. It's just sort of like I remember Thursday, I still can't breathe, and then like being able to push that high intensity, how that would feel like. So going into it, I warmed up, and then obviously I was just going for the race. Obviously, family and friends were there. It was amazing. And then got into it, did the first run, felt alright, did the ski, and then obviously coming off that, I got a massive stitch there, and I was like, oh my word. And then on the next run, like get around to like lead here, because I was like, oh my god, I'm fucked already. Like I was just fucking this is ridiculous. And I was just like, oh, and then going on the sleds were really hard, I think. Everyone said that, like the amount of friction on the mat was ridiculous. So trying to push on that was crazy. Trying to push that sled. I remember sort of like on that sled, I was like, oh God. Because I just want to rest, I'm done with this already. Like, so my mind, I had no focus whatsoever in that race. I had no sort of, like when I go into a workout, I'm like, oh come on, let's attack this and stuff, let's go on to the next thing, whatever, okay, let's work through this. Because the amount of stims I was on and caffeine and stuff, like leading up to it, I had like a lot of pre-workout. And like normally then you just, oh come on, the next, let's go. And like obviously, like, but in this, I was just, oh, fucking hell, how do I get out to this? I wanted like, oh can you just run over my foot with this on the sled? Because I was just like, I just want to do this. I'm got the mentally or the physical capability. Obviously, I sort of just next step. Okay, quit on the next station. Let's quit on the next station. And I was like, okay, let's get this run done. Okay, just get one more lap and then you can quit. Okay, cool. And then I just obviously got through it, did the sled pulls, and then the burpees. I was like, oh god, here they come. But then I'm like, oh, these feel good. I was like, oh, I enjoyed these. Can we do more of these? And I was like, and then coming off that run, I was like, oh, okay, I don't feel as bad. And just, I built more into a bit of a rhythm there, and I just, built into some flow. And I was like, fuck for that. Like the stitch was still there, but I could just like, okay, I could just open up a bit more. So that was the thing, and then like rowing, yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like picked it back up then, like that was fine. And then obviously the next few runs, and then like farmers, lunges and stuff felt good. Like the stations were good. Like the sort of the lunges, like I said, we smashed those. You always smash those. You always, like one of the best, and wall balls as well, really good. But then I remember on the last run, I just want this to be done. I just want to be over with. Like sort of because I'm like, oh god, come on. And then once I'd done that finish, like, I'm so glad that's done. And I was just sat in a deck chair for like sort of 10 minutes. But yeah, it was good at the time. And like I said, obviously all the family, friends, clients were there to support. So again, thank you to those people. And then the week after then, like sort of just the come down basically. That's sort of like just my nervous system was shattered. Like I mean, like sort of this is like a week on now, and just able to do stuff is just. Oh, yeah, I finally sort of starting to build back. I got my first workout in on Sunday, and that was just like pathetically low effort. But then now, again, it's Tuesday now, just like I said, trying to build back. But last week, I had no sort of physical or mental sort of capacity to do anything. Like, all I just want to do is sleep. I had no sort of desire when it came mentally to train, for work, business, for anything. Like, just brain fog, and it just sort of wiped out. Yeah, so last week was fun. Like I said, I didn't have any other symptoms. It was just like some fatigue and the occasional sort of like headache and stuff, whatever. And it wasn't it wasn't like a cold or anything to do with that. It wasn't any cough, sore throat, nasal stuff, muscular aches, things like that. Obviously, I didn't train or do anything. I just didn't have the capacity to do anything or like push any sort of intensity. Again, it's just like sort of like the stress and nervous system fatigue leading up. Like obviously, my body was sort of like the cold and the sort of hay fever and stuff. Like that was sort of one thing. Then it was like the stress of perhaps obviously completing on my flat car. My nan passed away. Like launch and accelerate, because that was the day, like promoting and launching that was the sort of the day before, like the doors closed the day before like Hyrox, so everything was promoting to do that. And like I said, just lots of stuff going on, and then like so obviously Hyrox and prepping for that as well. So just like lots of sort of like my adrenaline was like just focused so much, and then like I sort of just maxed out the energy credit card then, I guess, like obviously on Saturday after the Hyrox, where I was already sort of like, okay, in debt, I was already overdrawn. And then like sort of did Hyrox and bam, I just, again, it's maxed out, and so it's just taken a while to recover. Yeah, and like each day now, I was just getting better. Like each day I'm getting better. I can feel sort of like, oh my God, I can drink coffee now. Like I know, like last week I didn't have coffee much. Perhaps I had days without coffee, and I know that if I'm not having coffee, something fucking wrong. If I'm not craving coffee, then there's something fucking wrong. So yeah, so we're back to it now. Hopefully. And like going now is just sort of, okay, it's more like body composition focused. Yes, obviously we'll do another sort of Hyrox in the future, because we still want to break through the sort of the 110 barrier. We definitely want to do that. Your 114, like so it's still an alright race. It wasn't our best, but again, it's still sort of decent. So yeah, like the focus now, just more sort of body composition, getting leaner the next sort of few months. Like what I'm going to do is more weight training, because obviously like it's more putting more maintenance when it's in obviously like a Hyrox prep. So now it's just obviously, okay, I'm changing the sort of the balances there. Okay, let's just do more weight training. Let's get 3 days a week there. Let's focus on getting stronger on the squats, get stronger on some deadlifts and some bench. And then sort of keeping like 1 to 2 runs in, probably keeping like a longer run in on the weekend, and then perhaps some interval work, whether that's runs or like sort of biking, ski and rows, things like that. Like sort of some sort of interval session and one sort of like run as well. So like again, the 5 days a week there. And then like so possibly do Hyrox then later in the year in like Birmingham. But that's the goal for a minute. And then obviously in terms of food, it's just dialing that back in, not having as many carbs, bringing the calories down slightly, eating more veg, things like that, because we're more focused, okay, getting like body composition now, haven't got as much sort of like volume or intensity, not as much as like before. So again, it's just dialing stuff in, yeah, and like sort of, yeah, just getting leaner now, because I was sitting about 90 kilos a race that, so I'd like to get down to sort of drop a few kilos, tighten up a bit. So I'm just in a better place as well when I go into the next prep. So, and obviously for summer. So that's that. Good afternoon. Just out on a walk now. Pollen is low. So that's good. Again, trying to sort of like dodge, like not spend too much time in like next to the trees. Although I've got sort of some, I take the Loratadine daily, and the nasal spray. Nasal spray is really good because that's why I get again my sinuses. Anyway, we have a Chinese like sort of last Thursday as well, like with the guys, with the clients. Went back to sort of where we went like was it 2 months ago, like the Summer Palace in Llandaff. It was really nice. Because some of the guys who couldn't make it that time who wanted to go and experience it, so oh yeah, okay, we'll go there. It was really nice. Not as nice as the first time, but I think that was more to do with across this road, like my state and how I was feeling. I didn't have as much energy going there. Just like I was on paracetamol being there, just like I remember I was so full, like sort of when the mains come after a few sort of plates or like bowls. I was like, oh my god, I'm so full, I can't eat anymore. Whereas last time I powered through it, and I had dessert, and I was like, yeah, I had no chance this time. But again, it clears so quickly. Like I said, it doesn't stay in your system at all. Like the next day, I'm just like, I feel good. But there's still an itch for a curry. There's still that sort of itch of just sort of having sort of some naan bread, having some sort of like the saucier dishes and things like that, and the rice. And I'm like, oh yeah. Looked back through some photos last week, and I was like, oh yeah, curry soon. But yeah, it's still good to sort of go in, like sort of having the Chinese and like sort of trying different dishes, like different like sort of chicken, beef, pork, prawn, like in all different sort of combinations and dishes. So goals this week, especially when it comes to eating, is just like sort of pulling back the calories a little bit, pulling back the carbs mainly. So again, eating sort of the similar meals, but just obviously perhaps a little bit less carbs and more veg back in. So like in the morning, I'll have sort of normally like a protein yogurt, like 200-300 grams of that, some honey, some fruit in there, usually some berries or banana, and then perhaps like a bagel, and then sort of. Again, something light, perhaps just 300 calories, and just trying to get about 25 grams of protein in. Then like sort of lunchtime, I normally have like sort of protein oats. That would be sort of consistent, probably. I won't change that much. It's just like the next meal end will be like chicken and rice. Like I was adding more carbs to the meals to